number 2, it just dropped. Hold on, let me go grab it. What's cracking, guys? So, checking in. This week decided to do a video on mobility and self-myofascial release. It's become kind of a big topic in the last maybe couple years. A lot of people are starting to get into it. If you follow Mobility Wad or Kelly Surrett, you've definitely heard of it. But if you're not too familiar with that, self-myofascial release is basically, it's like getting a deep tissue massage, except you're inflicting it on yourself. So it's a lot cheaper than your traditional massage. And it's nice because you can do it kind of whenever, wherever you want, at any time. So you could do it at home, you could do it traveling, you could do it at the gym, after your workout, doesn't matter. And so I want to touch on it because I get a lot of questions about my mobility and what I do for my mobility. On Instagram, Twitter, it doesn't matter. I get a shit ton of questions about it. And I am obviously not an expert on this, you know, I'm not a PT, but I've done a shit ton of research, have some certifications, and I know what works for me, okay? So keep that in mind beforehand, you know. If you have some serious issues or something that's chronic, that's bugging you, do some research, consult your physician. Don't just take what I'm saying and be like, oh, James said it's cool to do this. No, this is more for like minor issues, nothing serious, okay? So, first things first, things that I recommend, okay? Tools are you don't need a shit ton of stuff. You don't need the expensive fancy stuff off of Amazon or Big Five. You don't need all those really expensive tools. Really, all I use, I think, combined, I've probably spent 20 bucks on everything I'm about to show you. So the first thing, the kind of like the holy grail, this is like the most important aspect, and if you don't have one, I recommend you go get one, and that's just a lacrosse ball. All right, this is about the size of smaller than a baseball, about the size of like a dog toy, okay? And it's just dense, hard ball, okay? I got a pack of these, I think, for like 12 bucks at the sporting goods store. And this is a lifesaver. I throw this in my gym bag. I throw this when I travel. I carry this everywhere, and it is a lifesaver, okay? Super simple, super easy, and way effective, okay? You don't need to use a lacrosse ball. You could use a similar shaped ball. I wouldn't use a tennis ball. They tend to be a little too soft, but something dense with some size to it, okay? So this is number 1. Number 2 is this, and this is a peanut, okay? And you could buy one of these online probably for 50, 60 bucks. Super fucking expensive. I just made one with 2 lacrosse balls and some electrical tape, okay? This is also a lifesaver. I'll throw this in my bag as well when I travel, bust it out in the hotel or wherever I'm at, and it kills. This is awesome. The third thing is just your standard PVC pipe, okay? You can get this at any hardware store. Home Depot sells them for like 5 bucks. Nothing crazy. Just a standard PVC pipe. Pretty hard. That one's not completely necessary. I mean, some people, if you're new to this, that's going to be a little too hard for you. But something similar, like a foam roller. I use the PVC pipe because I need that extra, you know, density to inflict pain on myself, okay? But you could go on, you know, you could go online and get one for like 20 bucks, like a cheap foam roller. Same thing, okay? So basically you need a lacrosse ball, a peanut, and some sort of foam roller, okay? And so those are the 3 tools that I use on a daily basis. So some of you are probably thinking, sweet toys, James. Now, what's the point? Like, why do we need this? And basically, you need this because it's going to help improve your mobility. Okay, when you're lacking range of motion in a joint, those people that, don't squat all the way ass to grass or don't even squat to parallel, a lot of the times it's not because they're weak, it's because they lack the range of motion. They don't have the mobility. They spend too much time sitting on their ass. And so we need to regain mobility so that you're able to train yourself through a full range of motion. So you're able to move a muscle, move a joint through a full range of motion. When you lack that, when you're super tight, after you had a tough squat workout or something, your legs are tight, your hamstrings are tight, everything, it hurts to move, it's because the muscle's tight. And it basically, there's a knot in the muscle. There's kind of we need to help free that muscle so it can move freely. Think of your muscles as like a bunch of sheets of paper. I mean, this is super rudimentary, super like way simple version of it, but think of your muscles like a bunch of sheets of paper. So as you stretch the muscles, the sheets of papers kind of slide off of each other. As you contract the muscle, they slide back and forth. So now it's a bunch of sheets of paper stacked on top of each other. Let's say you did a tough workout or you're super tight, you didn't really stretch too much. Those sheets of paper, they get stuck together, and then you go to lengthen the muscle and they don't really move. They still stay stuck. They're laminated together. It's basically like you just laminated those pieces of paper together and they're stuck, okay? So what we're doing is we're using those tools to help break apart those tissues so that they're able to slide, okay? So they're able to fully lengthen, able to go through a full range of motion. So they're able to fully contract as well. Getting rid of those knots, getting rid of those sticking points is the main function of this mobility, okay? So basically, in order to do that, we need to heat the muscle, which is what happens when we put pressure, when we sandwich when we sandwich the lacrosse ball against the muscle. We're heating the muscle with that pressure, and then we're moving the muscle through a range of motion, and that's breaking those tissues apart, so you're able to get that full sliding surface. Super simple way of explaining it, kind of really rudimentary, but I hope you get the point. Basically, we're trying to break apart those knots so the muscle can move freely. Sometimes, in order to do that, you got to get kind of violent. If you've had a deep tissue massage, you know it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. If you had it done correctly, it's not very comfortable, okay? And the same thing goes for this foam rolling, same thing goes for this rolling on the lacrosse ball, rolling on the peanut. All these mobility type exercises, they're not gonna feel good. If there's an issue there, it's not gonna feel good, all right? It's one of those things where the more it hurts, kind of the more you need to do it. To a certain extent. I mean, if it's hurting because it's severely damaged, then obviously don't keep doing it. You gotta go see somebody. But for the most part, if it hurts, chances are you need to keep doing it, okay? So I like to use the lacrosse ball. I'll use this on my forearms, kind of the smaller surface. Forearms, I'll use it for my hips, my glutes. It helps kind of get into those crevices. I'll use it on my chest or my shoulder a little bit, or anywhere where I want like real super hard pain, okay? The smaller surface area of the ball means that more pressure is kind of focused on that one tiny area. So this hurts quite a bit more than, let's say, the PVC pipe. So, but mainly I use it for my glutes, my forearms, my chest, and sometimes I'll use it on my back, kind of like my rhomboid area in between my ribs, and that helps a lot. The peanut, I'll use this on my hamstrings. I'll use it on my triceps every now and then, sandwiching it between the muscle and a table or a chair, and just working on moving through a full range of motion. That helps a ton. I'll use this sometimes in my T-spine, which is like your mid back, your thoracic back, and that's really painful as well. But mainly I use this for my hamstrings. I'll just sit on a chair, hard surface, sandwich this underneath my hamstring, apply a pressure on top of my thigh, and just kind of work through extension of my knee, and that fucking kills. All right. Foam roller, PVC pipe, I use that for larger surface areas. So I use that for my quads, my hamstrings, my IT bands, calves. I'll roll on it with my back every now and then, or I'll get my lats in there. like I'll roll onto my side a little bit, but mainly I use that for the larger surface areas. The lacrosse ball is kind of for the smaller areas, and then the peanut is more for just kind of specialized for certain areas like my hamstrings and my triceps. I'm gonna do more videos on this in the future, but I just want to touch on this a little bit right now. If you have any more questions, like anything you specifically want me to address regarding mobility, throw those down in the comments below, or hit me up on social media. I'm also going to link up Kelly Starrett in Mobility WOD. If you have some issues or you want to do some more research, he is the fucking man. He's the godfather of mobility. He knows his shit. I'm gonna link his YouTube channel and his social medias below because he is the foremost authority on this. So check him out. We got new stuff dropping this week. We got the America tank and tee, which is fucking sick. Fucking sick. You guys are gonna love it. Check that out, gunsmithclothing.com. Check out me, Rob, and Britt. All our social medias are below. And I'll talk to you guys next week, all right? Peace.